My name is Gersy Ifeanyi and I'm the founder of Digitalback Books.
How did the idea for Digitalback Books come about?
Well, firstly, what is Digitalback Books? Digitalback Books is an ebook platform that has over 400 plus titles from across Africa. My vision is really for it to be a single digital platform that will curate all of Africa's stories. And it came about really for a number of reasons. I think at the bottom line was I was just frustrated. I know we have great, fantastic storytellers out there on the continent and trailblazing publishers, but if you walk into a bookshop and you'll be hard pressed to find some of these gems. So for me, it was about discoverability. I think we had a discoverability issue and an accessibility issue on the continent. And I was really passionate about finding ways, using digital to find ways to circumvent some of those challenges. You know, I was frustrated that African writers, our classics, are out of print. I was frustrated that African publishers, African professors couldn't find the content to teach African literature. I was frustrated that people thought African literature started with Chinua Achebe and ended with Chimamanda Adichie when there was so much more out there. So it was really finding a platform and a business model that showcased the deliciously diverse content we have.
Do you just distribute the books on your website, or are they on other people's websites?
We have non-exclusive agreement with publishers and distributors, so just like you can walk into several bookshops or libraries and find the same book, same as ours. Our unique selling point is that we are a virtual library, but we don't publish, we source content from publishers.
How many people buy individual books? A range between two numbers?
As I said before, Digitalback Books is a virtual library, so it's an ebook platform, but our business model is subscription-based. So that means as a reader, you can go on our site and select a number of, select the subscription period that best suits you. So we've got 1 week access for a sample of our content. We've got 1 month access. We've got 3 months access if you're going on holiday or during the holiday period, and we've got 1 year's access, which lends itself well to students studying African literature. So we have a number of access models, and we try and make it as flexible as possible.
What's been the most successful seller, and why do you think that is?
Well, given that it's a virtual library, we don't really want to focus on the individual author. It's really about showcasing the diversity in genres in African literature. So we've got short story collections, we've got poetry, we've got crime, we've got romance, we've got classic literature from right across the continent, north, south, east, west, the Caribbean, and those that are published in the diaspora. So I think really we're very excited with that range and just showcasing the fact that it's not just the classic literature, but so much writing, exciting writing, and varied styles is coming out of the African continent.
Are buyers mainly from the diaspora or the continent?
Well, the hits we get from our sites, the biggest hits are certainly outside of Africa. However, up until now, we've really focused on one particular African region, which we're trying to broaden.
What do people pay for a downloaded ebook?
They don't pay for one ebook, they pay for access. So you could buy a 1 week sample for £3, you could pay for 1 month's access for £10, or 1 year's access for about £120. So it's not really, you're not buying an ebook, but you're buying access to a virtual library.
How do you think e-publishing in Africa will become more developed?
Well, if you look at the barriers, I would say what we already talked about on the panel, we need to address some of the challenges around the payment gateway, which would enable people to pay for the content online. I would like to see more barriers broken down as to what value is placed on digital content. I think we already spoke on the panel about the perception that if it's digital, then it's free. Well, it's not. You know, there's a lot of costs associated to that. So those are perceptions we need to sort of come away from that. And really, I'd like to see more innovation and people being really ready to embrace digital and seeing it not as a threat, but as an opportunity that could be very unique to the African continent, in that the challenges that we face with physical distribution are not the same in the West. So we should actually use this and embrace digital technology and digital publishing.